Now, yeah, we're live. Um, yeah, so what I wanted to talk about today was what I read about this blog post. It's called Encore. So I read about it. So I have this post here, as you can see here. This is the daily.dev news. So I was reading through this and let me just go in there real quick. So it's posted here on Neon, which is also a very popular Postgres database. It's a database service. So I was reading this and yeah, there's a lot of things happening here. But what I found was there was Encore, which I just clicked on that. I read on this and yeah, it was pretty amazing, I would say. So I just look at this video and then yeah, I wanted to share with you um this tool, this open source framework. So let's get with it and see if what we can do with this framework. So yeah, yeah, so let's read through it. I haven't installed anything yet, so let's try doing that first. So I have here, I'm on my Mac, so I'll just call this one here and I'll just paste it here. um let's see if it works. Sweet. So I'm using brew installation, homebrew. I think what this framework does is it replaces a bit of like a full stack. Like if you're a developer, um you're working on a project and you have like lots of different teams. What this one does is it replaces a bit of the operations side, like DevOps stuff. From what I know. So if we just read through this, yeah, it's also like very fast. I'm not sure about this benchmark yet, but yeah, it's like 9 times faster than Express. Validation, security, and yeah, I like the approach of how this one is. It's very similar with lambdas, how lambdas work, but on this there's also lots of tooling like PubSub. There's also like, as you see, let's read through this. Mm, yeah, so they can integrate microservice like architecture as well. And then, yeah, there's also infrastructure as code where you can define, like as I mentioned earlier, like database, you can define PubSub, topics, and then you can assign like cron jobs and secrets. It's a very, I think they also have cache. Yeah, cache is not yet for now. But yeah, it's a very cool setup, I think. So it says here automate DevOps in your cloud and AWS. So it's, yeah, as I mentioned, it replaces a little bit of the DevOps side. Like you as a developer can work on it. You can work on it locally and you can deploy it on your systems, on your different environments. So yeah. So let's try doing the get started guide. So yeah, let me see if I finished my install. Yeah, I finished my install. So it says here we can do this example for now, which is main directory. Yeah, let's just call this one. So I have an auth here. Just blur it real quick. So I'll just do with Google. Yeah, I'm logging in here. So yeah, I think just wait a bit. I'm creating an account. So let's see. Yeah, it's all good now. Yeah, so yeah, I have an account, as you can see. App name, first Encore app. Just do this one for now. So this is a template that we're using. Let's wait, see if how this works. Might be a bit yeah. Let's wait for that. So let's go with the docs here. So what is Encore? Okay, Encore, yeah. Yeah, so instead of you instead of you managing AWS or Google Cloud or even Azure, they handle all of those stuff for you. So as you can see, Encore platform will do all those deployments to different environments like different cloud providers, AWS or Google Cloud. Um, so local, I think what they'll do is they'll do a kind of a local stack approach. I'm not sure yet. Yeah, I think they also like make the developer experience really good. So yeah, like you can like the developer should focus more on uh, like the development, the business logic, and everything, rather than worrying about the cloud or deployments and stuff. So I think that's what most of their goals are. So yeah, we'll see through some of these later. So yeah, as it says here, our goal is that when you use Encore, you can focus your engineering effort on your product and completely avoid investing time in building a developer platform. Yeah. You also get built-in tools that automate 90% of the normal day-to-day DevOps work. So yeah, as I said, like they are trying to eliminate some of the operations or DevOps work. So they created this platform to make it easier for developers to deploy, to run CI/CD pipelines. Um, yeah, so anything infrastructure, they handle all of those things for you. Yeah, so yeah, I think there's a lot of features. You can get through some of them later. Yeah, so faster development, reduced cost, uh-huh. Scalability. So you can scale your applications really well. I think it's yeah. They're using if they're using lambdas or they're using Edge like Cloudflare workers. I think they're yeah really doing really well in terms of scalability. So they use those services to handle scalability for them. So I think yeah. Control security, yeah, security, yeah. I think they're also making sure that the application is secure. So these are the common use case. So high performance B2B platforms, fintech, e-commerce, microservice backend. Okay. So let's see what the showcase section looks like. So this Pave Bank is from Monzo. I think it's a yeah bank underneath Monzo. Monzo is also a big bank. Bookshop. Uh-huh. So all of these are using mm, all of these are using Encore under the hood. Nice. Looks good. Um, so yeah, so they also have GitHub. Like this is an open source tool, guys. Okay, so yes, you can see these are all yeah open source. I'll just put a star on this. And yeah, let's go through it. So I have the CLI already up to date. So let's not read all this next. So installation, I have it installed. Yeah, let me just try the version real quick. Yeah, so there's this one. I already have my app, first Encore app. So let's try running it. See what will happen. So this is Encore dashboard. This is running on localhost. So I think yeah. Let me just double check. Yeah, so it's running on localhost. So it's not yet deployed. I see. Okay. I understand now. So they have like they mock a little bit about when working with working locally. So they mock it. And yeah, I think yeah, let's try the very first one. So finding endpoints. Yeah, so let me just open this on my code editor real quick. Um, so this is first Encore app. I'm just gonna use WebStorm for this one. Um, so this is the app that we have right now. There's food, there's hello. Okay, so yeah. So okay, so this is the dependencies. We have encore.dev. So these are package JSON. Let's check the README file again. Okay, this is what we do. What we have. So when Encore is running, open to view, which for this app includes introduction section, complete lessons. Okay. So let's go through the introduction real quick. APIs in Core are normal async functions. Okay. So this is in TypeScript. So implement a get endpoint first import API function. Okay, define the type that will get returned from the endpoint. Encore also use response request type to generate. Okay. Okay, let's try this. So where is that? We have full, we have off, we have hello. Let's try doing the hello one. So as you can see, I'll have my editor here. So what we need to do first is, yeah, call this one, import this one. So we need to have a response type. So I'll just copy this code right here. And then the next one would be this one. Okay, so this means that we have a hello endpoint. Expose means it's public or private. Okay, so expose will be default to false, so this will be like a private one, so it's not exposed to the public. And once that is correct, let's see if I do encore run again. And then yeah, so implementation was correct. You can test now the endpoint API Explorer. Use the API Explorer. Okay. Okay, so there's also traces. Yeah, and then deploy it to the cloud. Yeah, I'll do that for now. So let's try this. Call API. So message hello. Yeah. So this is what we have on our endpoint right now. So it says hello. So if I just try this hello encore, save it, and then I'll just run this again. Yeah, hello encore. So this is working. So this is also local right now. Okay, so that's good. So let's go back to the code right now. We have interface response. The response was we used that for the handler function that we need to return for this API hello response. So we just have a message and then we have a string. So yeah, that's really good. I think like it's easy to set up, and Encore is doing a lot of things for you under the hood. So let's get again. So let's go back. So okay. So the next thing is public and private APIs. Okay, so expose, yeah, we already have that. Creating a service makes it simple to build with Mono without needing to handle typical complexity of the. You must first go do it. Yeah, which endpoint is public callable outside of the application? Which is public? So this one is public. So this one is not public. The expose is the default value of expose is false. So this one is not. This one is also not, since it's explicitly false, and this one is exposed true. So this one That's the right answer. Yeah, so let's go here. So for this one, Encore, let's see, build applications with one or many services without needing to manually handle the typical complexity of developing microservices. So this one means add a new service, foo to your app, add a file name Encore.service in the directory. Hmm. Encore.service. So this one, export the hello. Okay. Okay. I see. So for each service here, there should be an Encore.service.ts. So for this one, there should be, yeah. So we need to have. So it looks like something like this. We have hello, which is the one that we have right now, which is Encore.service.ts. And then if we add a new one, which is foo, it should have Encore.service.ts as well. Let's see. So just copy this one, paste it here. Yeah. So for this one, we just need to pass the, so we just need to name it foo for now. Let's remove this. And then, yeah, just default export this one. So it's very similar to the hello service. And then Encore will consider the part of foo service. Okay. Yeah, so let's see. Calling another service. So for this one, it's basically like calling another service is like calling a local function with complete type safety. Under the hood, Encore will translate this function call into actual service to service HTTP call. Okay. When compiling your application, Encore use static analysis to parse all APIs and make them, okay, module for internal calls. Okay, add an endpoint to foo.ts that calls the hello service. Okay, so how do we do this? So we need to update the foo file. So what we need to do is import API from Encore.dev/API, and then we need to import hello, which is the one that we provided from earlier. Hello, Encore hello. Clients. Okay, clients. So is that exposed? Hello. Okay. So we just need to use this code so that we can use those clients. Okay, so place response, greeting string. Yeah, and then so let's make use of dynamic path in the parameter. Okay, let me copy this in this error. That's this a lot. But what this does is we import API, which is Encore. We have it exposed, and then it's a get method, greeting name, and the name that we pass will be, so we just get the hello, which is hello.get, which is this one. So hello Encore. So it will just return this one to the foo function, to the greeting one, to the foo service, and then we get the message, and then we just return message and then the new name. So this will be hello Encore, and then the name that we pass on the greeting. Okay. So let's see. Let's call it. So let's call that to the playground. Where's the playground? Here. Oh yeah, here. So let's rerun it. So yeah, so we have hello get, we have foo greeting, and then let's try to call this API. greeting, call the API again, hello name. Oh yeah, so let's pass the name, which is Dylan. See if this works. Oh, how can we pass a parameter here? So okay, so we just copy this curl command, and then let's open up a new terminal here. So curl, I'll just pass my name, Dylan. Oh. Oh, okay. So curl is a get request, so it should be default. Greeting Dylan. So I can't call this. Why is that? I think X get. To call curl get command. So let's see. Okay, so no quotes. So let's just pass this one right away. Yeah, so hello Encore Dylan. So what happened was we have message, we pass message, which is hello Encore, and then Dylan, the name that we pass as parameter. So it's like a function, like it's a function, basically like you're calling a local function, but these are separate services, I think. So what Encore does is it makes it separate. Yeah, so it's a separate one, like a separate service, which is like if you're working in a microservice architecture, some of these are, yeah, like some of these are deployed like in a container elsewhere, or in different containers or lambdas. So we're done on the calling another service. So here we're gonna test it. So we use v test, write a test that verifies behavior of the greeting. Okay, so we can also test the services that we write, make sure that it's working. So we can, I think, mock this one. So what they said here was create a new file called foo.test.ts. Let's copy this code from now, so I don't have to work on it. So we have greeting should combine string. So we just call the greeting from the foo, so world. So this should fail since we're not, the greeting should return hello Encore world. So let's try and run this. So how to run this Encore test? So how do we run greeting? Yeah, so we cannot run it here. I think we can only run it on a terminal. Yeah, so as I mentioned earlier, we have hello world and we have hello Encore world. So because our hello service is returning hello Encore, so what we should do is we should just update foo test to be hello Encore and then world. So this should pass. Yeah, so mentioned. So let me just run it again so you can see it. Encore test. Yeah, so it's now passing. Okay, so we created a service, we call a new service, and then we also test it. So pretty good, I'd say. So we are just like calling some of these basic functionality of Encore, how Encore works. So yeah. Let's go Encore run again. Okay, so bonus insight. So removes almost all boilerplate. Most of the code you write is business logic, really based test that integrate aggregate results. Mm. So in core tend to focus more on integration testing. Um, I think that's their approach to this one. Yep. So yeah. So we have a fully end-to-end one. So let's what's the next part here, which is authentication. Uh, so this is for needs to identify user whether it's an individual or consumer. Okay. Authentication handler. Okay. So this is pretty useful if we have API that needs authentication, and we can also define it here. I think let me just read through it. How this works. Open auth. Okay, we have auth.ts file. Yeah, so we have auth. We declare auth for each of the service that we want to use, I think. Um, so we'll also header. Okay, so let's just do this real quick. See if we can. Um, so define the request. So copy this one. And then so let me just read through this. Okay, authorization header. Our auth handler will make the user ID. Okay, so we will pass user ID to our endpoint so we can access it. Okay, the auth handler takes in an async function that receives the params as input and should return data. The user ID is hard coded in this example, but you should look up information based on the user. Okay, for now let's just simulate this one. For now we just return my user ID, but in the real world we should be able to look this up, this user ID, somewhere on our for example our authentication provider like Okta, Auth0 or Cognito. And once that's done, last step is to define API that will process income. Okay, so I'll just copy this one and then just pass this here. So this is the gateway. So if I save this, it's reload done, it's done. So how do we test this one? Okay, let me just test this, see how we can read this. I think it's in here in the next part. So add auth true to the API option. With this option, Encore will first call the authentication handler you defined. Okay, so we need to hello.ts file. So in the API we have, I think there's like this auth true, auth. So it's gonna be false or true. I think it's false by default. Yeah, default to false if not specified. So we will just make this true. So it means that it will call the let me just close all these tabs real quick. So I'll just reopen that. So this means that this particular endpoint, this API will have authentication implemented, and it will just call directly the since we're in the hello service, it will just call this handler right away. So let me just see if that's correct. I think so. Let's read through this. Hello, implement set. Okay, add an import for the log function. Okay, so we will just copy logs. So I think log. So we have a log, and then what we do next is also import the get out data, I think, from the other one. So let me just import that later. So auth is true, expose is true. User ID. Okay, so we just get the user ID this way. So get auth data, yeah, dot user ID. So we just need, based on the docs, we just need to add this Why is that? So we set auth to true. Okay. Inside under we get user ID. We can reuse the response type we defined earlier. Let's also log it. So we have information log.info. Hello user ID. Okay. So I think yeah. Let's try running this. This is our hello endpoint. Yeah. So this is an admin endpoint, but for now I just have it to the hello endpoint. So let me just call the hello endpoint here again. Hello. Oh. Yeah, it says no existing endpoint, so it's a typo. Unauthenticated. Oh. Just give a sec, guys. Yeah, so there's just a bit of problem here. Yeah, all good now. So yeah, we need to add header, which is something like this. I'll just try running this again. Curl authorization token. So yeah, so hello Encore. Yeah, so this was returned. If we check the logs on our application, let's see if there's like a logs here. Hello, my user ID. Yeah. So if we just run this, we have a log here. So we have the user ID. If we pass something else, yeah, so if we pass something, so get auth data, where's this being saved? Okay, so we just go through. So if I pass a random number here, which is like very common, like it should be like a UUID or a random unique identifier, and then let's try calling it again and check the logs. Yeah, so hello. Yeah, so we have this one as our ID. So yeah, we have Encore, basic Encore working with authentication, but this one, our authentication still needs a lot of work to do. Yeah, that's it. So we have completed this one. So some of these are, yeah, database is not like the lesson, so we just do it manually ourselves. So how do we do that? Yeah, so let's see database. So no, let's not do the quick start. Let's do overview or environments, deploying CI/CD, creating environments. So when working with the environments, I think you're going to work with AWS or Google Cloud. So we're not gonna do that for now. See database. Using, so here. So this is how database works. Create example schema, define database schema. But this is in a Go programming language. They're using Go for this. But I think yeah, it's also similar to how it works with TypeScript. So wait a sec, let's read through this. So I will go with Encore.ts. So let's go with databases. So it's here. So this is how it's set up. So let's try creating a database. I think this is important. Okay. Yeah, let's try creating a database here. So we have a schema. Okay, so cloud environments. Okay, so for now we will just run the so what Encore does is when it's run locally, it creates a Docker container underneath it. So okay, so let's try it. So let me update our hello here. So we have a SQL database here, and then we just create a to-do DB underneath there. So create that, assign it to the DB variable. Okay, this one. Okay. So let me just see if it will run. Oh yeah, we don't have the migration file, so let's create this migration folder. Okay, so that's why it's throwing an error here, like no such file directory. So inside the hello, let's create a new folder called migrations, and then a new file called one create table.up SQL. Paste this one. Oh, sorry. Paste this. So this just means like we have a table to do item title and then done. And yeah, this is the one. So let's see, let's run it again. Changes detected. Okay, recompiling. So right now I think it's looking at compiling the database that we have. So I'm not sure why it's taking long, but yeah, it's creating a database cluster. It's creating a Docker image. So this is being run locally in my machine using Docker. Yeah, so each migration runs in order. Migration files start with a number followed by an increase. Each name must also end with up.sql. Okay. So this is a practice that they have. So I think this is important. So yeah. So this is important that you need to know about this. So they have one migration .up.sql, second .up.sql, and so on. So they have this format, I think, because of like how they arrange these migrations. So we just need to follow this. It's important that we follow it. So let me just check if I have it correctly. Yeah, one create table .up.sql, so I have it correct. Okay, so it's also prefix migration files with leading zeros to have them ordered. It's nicer. Yeah, we could have it like this. Yeah, doesn't matter for now. So this will take long, I think. So in here, you can use the DB variable. So it says, yeah, all good now, as you can see. So we will just do this one for now. We'll just copy this, or we'll just so we don't have any to do at the moment. So what we need to do is we can fetch it for now and then just do a log for each. So let's go to the code. So this will be, so we have a user ID. What we can do is const all to do's equals await db.query, and yeah, this will just be a select query. Select, so this is like raw SQL from to do item. I'm gonna do word wrap, soft wrap, I think they name it soft wrap. Yeah, so they, oop. So we have all to do's. Why is this throwing an error? Await, we have async await. And then, oh, okay, so it's not calling, okay, so this is not a function, this is calling it like that. You can see in the code, like it's calling it that way, so await has no effect on this expression. Okay, and then let's just do for loop for each. We can do log.info all to do's here. See if we can fetch that. JSON.stringify all to do's. Stringify it for now. But yeah, there's nothing to print here. Oh no, that's all up. Yeah, info. To do that. Yeah, so you also JSON.stringify this to do. Yeah, but for now we don't have any. So let's save this, see if it runs. There's nothing here. So we don't save anything to the database at the moment. So if we run this, let's go back here to our platform. Yeah, so let's go back here. Let me just remove the authentication real quick, so I don't have to worry about that for now. Yeah, so let's call this one again. Call API cannot read properties of read. Oh yeah, so yeah, this will throw an error, the user data, since we just remove the auth one. So I'll just comment this for now, or I'll just remove it. Okay. Then call the API. Yeah, so hello Encore. The logs, if you check the logs here real quick, so yeah, so there's no data. There's no data, so because we didn't add anything else into it yet. Okay, so let's try creating or adding that to do's. So this is like the execution or the to do's. So let's try creating that, and then let's just name this let's just name this, let's create a new one. I think can we do something like this, like post, let's just name this to do so we just call something like this. So we pass so db exec to do item title. Yeah, so this is a post method. I'm not sure if this is how we do it. Slash to do title would be passed from the body. I'm not sure how to read the body. Validation body, path body, async rec, that name is a string. Okay, so we need to have name is a required field, the request body is missing. Okay, so this is how a body is being used. Okay, so interface request. This will be to do request. We need a title, which is a string, and let's also add a response. To do response, which is message type string. And then what we need to do here is to do response, and then we need to add API. Oh, okay, I can remove this. And then add it here. To do request, and then to do response, and add it that way. And then for here, I can access the request, and then const, yeah, request the title, yeah. So to do item, we will have it false for now, and then we just do successfully added to do item. So let's save this. Hopefully it should work. Let me see if we can make this work. Yeah, reload successfully. So if we refresh this page, hello post, yeah. So the body that we want is the token. We have a body here, which is first item, first to do item. Okay, let's call this API. Yeah, successfully added an item. Okay, good. So it's a success. So let's try doing the, so let's try removing this. Instead of hello, just make it to do's, to do, and then get. So it just means get all to do. So save that. Hopefully it should also work. So let's refresh this page. But yeah, for now, let's just name it hello. But yeah, I think that's fine. So, just check something here. Yeah, pin this. So yeah, sorry for that. Let's try checking the hello get. I'll just token. I think I removed both of them. Yeah, I don't have any author, but yeah, let's just try calling it. So hello Encore, and then what the log message says is, so there's no value title false. So let's just return. So this is interface get to do response. Yeah, this is get to do response. This will be to do's strings, array of strings. And then there's the to do's. I'll just have this empty for now. Log, copy this one. So there's an error. Oh yeah, so we will modify this to get to do response, remove first one, save it, and then yeah, let's try running this again. To do's, yeah, empty to do's, but here, yeah, so I'm not sure why it's not fetching it. So title. So let's see what happens here. What's the result here? Const result. See what's happened here. exec. Okay, type void. Okay, so there's 10 blocks. No. Okay, so this will just return. So how do we know if it's a success or not? So let's try running it again. Okay, so it's success. I'm not sure if it's added on the database. Let's try calling this again. And then what does the database said? All to do's. I'm looking for my log, which is. Oh, so there's no error logs here. So it means just checking the database here real quick. How do I know that this is working? Let's read some of the docs. Maybe I missed something here. Yeah, so databases. So we have a database, we run it. Okay, so do we run the migration or not? Huh. How do we? Maybe there's no migration yet. Let's try and rerun the app. Running database migrations done. Starting Encore application done. Okay, so let me just see if I understand correctly. I'll open data group here on my end. Give a sec, guys. This is Encore. So if I have it correctly, I understand it correctly. So if you can see my database here, this is PostgreSQL. This is Encore localhost, but this is on port. So this is on a different port. 61744. I think the user is Postgres and Postgres. That's the connection. Yeah, so let's apply schemas, all database schemas, apply. So I'm here now locally. So there are no database tables. Here. Oh, there's to do item that we added. So we already saved it. Okay, so that's no issue. The issue is with this one. So we didn't fetch the to do's. So let's run it again. So yeah, it's not able to fetch this. So querying data, synchronous leading row, their stream returns a single row. Query row returns or null. Oh, okay. So that's why I need to do something like this. So query row is 1. I see. So if we do something like this, it's an iterator. It returns an asynchronous iterator. So if just comment that out and then log.info to do JSON.stringify to do. So let's try and see if this works. Call the API, yeah, and then see. Yeah, so they're both here, so it's here. They're saved here. So these are saved like that. So what we need to do is to do array of, so it's not a string. So how do we add a type to the to do item? So migration. So we have title and done state. So let's just create a type for this. To do item ID equals number, title string dot boolean. Yeah. So to do is to do item, and then what we need to do is to do step push to do, and then return it. This will be not to do, so to do item, array of to do item. So to do, okay, so what we need to do here is name title was to do that micro string to do, okay, to do title so this is how it looks. So we just loop through each and then add the to-dos table. Yeah, so let's try it again. Yeah, so it's good now. We have to do done and then first. So this is a typical so how is this how it usually works? It's a bit not so, I would say, yeah, not the way you write the code is I think there's also like let's check like the different db.query exec query row. Okay, so this is how we call it. So I think there's different strategies on how you would do this, but yeah, that's good. We can also connect with Encore.db shell, which is really good. And then when it comes to like user credentials, you can use your AWS or Google Cloud account. Oh yeah, so this is what I need. Encore has all tools needed to support ORM. So SQLize framework like Atlas. Yeah, SQLize, I'm familiar with SQLize, but Atlas. This is similar with Prisma. Yeah. If you're ORM choice, migration, yeah, Prisma are not supported by Encore. Oh, okay, so Prisma and Drizzle are not supported right now. Okay, so Kinex, Kinex is also a very popular one. So Kinex is supported by Encore. Okay, so I think Kinex is good. Let's try this one. I think it's straightforward to set up. So let's install Connects. So we import Connects. SQL, yeah, there's no changes here, but there's this ORM that we need to copy. So it means that we are using db.connection string, and then we can do on the bottom is there's an interface site. So we just need to create a query builder. I think this is how we do it. ORM site. I don't have a site yet. Okay, so this is like a to-do item. But this is export interface to-do item. And then we name this to-do item. To-do item. And then name this to-do item, I think. And then use this to-do item on the bottom, which is our all here. So instead of this code, which is not so good code, we can call it await to do item dot select. Okay, and then yeah, it works. So this is much more simpler approach, I think, since we're using Connects under the hood. Yeah, so unable to yeah, so we need to install pm install Connects. So they will not install it for you. You need to install it manually. Connect file module npm install pg nbmls. I'm using version 18 npm install pg. Yeah, so let's run it again. Yeah, running. Let's call the API again. Just call API. Yeah, so we are able to use it with this simpler approach, which is using Connects. Connects npm. So Connects is SQL like for popular one like 1.8 downloads. So you can use this. Drizzle and Prisma are not yet supported by default. So instead, it's either you're gonna use Connects or SQLize. So it's either of this tool that you're going to use. I think SQLize is much like popular. But yeah, you can use these tools to use with yeah. So where are we? Yeah. So there's also different extensions you can use, but I don't have to do that right now. Cool. So yeah, learned a lot of things. Let me see if I have everything here on my end. Yeah, so that's just one last thing, which is PubSub, and then once we understand this one, I think it's also very important to understand this. PubSub is when you are working with asynchronous systems. This helps you kind of like this helps you build like a PubSub architecture, which is like publish and subscribing. It means PubSub means publish and subscribe. So you have like an event-driven system where you can publish a message, and then subscribers can use that message, consume that, and then do something of their own. So the example here is the name channel in which you publish events, topics. So creating okay. So this is a very common one. Creating a topic. So let's try this one. So let's import this. Or we can create a new service. Let's just create a new service so we don't have this one. Yeah, so let's create a new service. So uh-huh so by creating a service, yeah, let's just create a new folder. Do we do anything here in core app? Okay, no, we don't do anything. How about vite file? Yeah, we don't do anything there. So we just create a new file basically. So let's create a new folder called login or off or accounts. Let's just name it accounts. Rename this. So rename, refactor rename. Yeah. Account will have. I'll just copy some of these ones that I need, which is Encore, and then. So what I need is this will be an account service. This plate code, and then here. What we need here are, so we need a database, which is, just call it account. So we also need a migration one. We will just copy this, paste it here. So we need an account. Account has a name, and account as a active state. It's like true or false. This is a very simple one. So we have DB, we have DB connection string, and then let's just update this, which is account. We have a title, name, and then we have active. So this account, I'll just remove some of them right now. Yeah, I'll just remove some of them that we don't need. This is an account. So we have everything we need here. Let's go back. So this is how we create a topic. Yeah. So we import topic. Just copy this one, or just don't copy it. Just type it out. Pub/sub, Encore dev, pub/sub, and then there's topic. And then we need to have an interface sign up event. So we just follow this sign up event. User ID equals to string. User ID, which is uppercase. So we have a sign up event, meaning a new user is signing up. And then we just create this one. Export const signups plus new topic. Just pass the sign up event, and then just call it signups. And then pass an object, which is delivery guarantee. What's the values here? At least once, exactly once. Nice. So we have either at least once or exactly once. I think the main difference, I think we can read it here. So yeah, I think at least once means the message should at least be delivered at least once. But the other one is exactly once, which is, if I read through this, at least once message for it's delivered to consumer at least once, while the other one, exactly once, is guarantees that a message for a subscription is delivered directly exactly once. The best way, a message is delivered to a consumer exactly once, so it's only like once. So you can read through this basically if you want to learn more about this topic, like but yeah, we can do at least once for now. That's what we want. And then so we can just call this one sign up publish. Publish is the word that you want to if you want to publish a message. So how we do that is, let's copy the hello for now, and then let's just close all these tabs right here, and then just do a post. Then this is a post method, and then this just means like creating an account. This will be a response interface, create account response request. Yeah, there's also request, and there's create a response, and then we just return a message string. For this one, we just add a type, create account request, create account response, and yeah. So we don't have anything to do with that. Next thing we need to do is this will be message account created, and every time there's a new account, we save it to the database, which is like we call connects await account dot insert. How about we insert test? We name passed by the request. So we get the request object, and then we get the name from the request object. So we pass that name, and then active is default by true to true. So once we create an account, we then need to publish a sign up message. So we just like something like this. So if you just copy that, I'll just type it out here. Await signups that publish. And then user ID is ID of the user. How can we return this? So this return, let me just const account with that. Returning. Yeah, returning. I think this will return account dot. Okay, so this will return account limit 1. What's the error here? Column. So you just return everything. So account, and then that limit to 1. Let's see what happens here. Let's not publish first. Let's see what is the account that's being created here. Let's run Encore run again, and then let's refresh the page. We have account post, so the name would be Dylan. Yeah, so let's call the API. So account created. Okay, good. So we have account. Yeah, so if we check our database here, let's refresh this. Encore. Oh, okay, so it's in the account table. So they have their okay, so based on what you use, so a service. Okay, so every time you create a service, either you're gonna have one database or you're gonna have multiple database per service. Okay, so right now we have like this account, which is what I added earlier, and then what I need to do, so account created account. Okay, so it returned an array of account, but in only one. How about if I add another one? Let's add another one, which is Jerry. And then yes, and then what will the logs add? Okay, so it will just return the one created. Okay, so what we can do is we can get the account by account. Get the account. This is response result. And what we can do is account plus result, and then account dot id. So this will be published. So why user ID is not type string, the string, and then meaning this will be published. Sorry, I was muted just now. I just noticed it. Yeah, so sorry, really sorry for that, guys. So once we publish a message, once we create an account, we publish a message. Our message will be heard by yeah, so we will just publish a user ID based off what we created here, and then we can then subscribe to it. So there's a new subscription. We can also add this one here below, I think. So this is for, like, as I mentioned, like more about creating like different data like different architecture, but this is more of a pub sub architecture. So let's do that. Import from pub sub, and then subscription. Okay, so we added that, and then we just add const. This is just, I just type it out so I can understand it. Sign up, so we pass in the event or the topic. So we send like send welcome email. So this is an example, and then we have a handler which is async event, and then we just have send a welcome email. So for now we'll just log that info send welcome email, and then just pass in event for the info. So let's run this. Okay, so it's running. So right now, if I understand it correctly, once we create an account, we send a message, or we publish a message with a sign up topic, and then this subscription should run basically. So it should log an info welcome email. So that should do it basically. Let's see. Okay, so if a subscription function returns an error, will be retried based on the retry policy. After max number of retries is reached, DLQ, it will be passed on DLQ. Allow subscription to continue processing events until the bug which caused the event to fail can be fixed. Once fixed, you can read through it. Okay. So yeah, I think we can, for now, let's just test what we have, which is using subscriptions. So let's just try, see if this works. So we have 2 users right now, and then I will just try to do a new one. I'll refresh the page. I'll have like new someone, John Doe. So let's call the API account created. Okay, and then let's see the logs. So yeah, so we have send welcome email, so we are sending a welcome email. Yeah, so our logs was it was run. So what happened was, when you create an account, we send a publish message, we send a welcome email. So yeah, really good. We can do anything here, like call, email, like AWS SES, or SendGrid to send the email. So we can do anything like something like that of that sort. You can use render, React emails, I think, or yeah, I think yeah, React emails or anything like use email templates, then send to user. Yeah, for now we don't have any email, so we're just passing name. But yeah, if you have an email, you can use. Let's just see what the event looks like. Span, send welcome email. Did I send a message? Okay, let me just event log.info event.user ID. So let's see what the logs look like. Okay, then run this again. Call API. So I have two John Doe. So this is ID 4. So John Doe, I have two John Doe, but yeah, John Doe is 4. Yeah. Good. So basically, yeah, we're able to apply database. We're also able to apply PubSub, which is really good. Yeah, so Encore is really promising. I think it's really good tool. There's a lot of concepts here, which is like secrets, for example. If you want to do secrets, so we have by calling Encore dev config, okay. So you have secrets. You also have cron jobs, which is very popular as well when working with cron job. So yeah, I think it's a really good one. So let's try this one last time. Like let's try cron job, see if it works. But for this one, this is just like a checker. So this is straightforward. Let's copy this here, cron job, and then let's copy here. But yeah, this is not welcome email. This will be check status for now. Yes, check status every 1M or every 10 seconds for now. And then the endpoint. Okay, we need the endpoint, so let's copy this one for now. Check user status. So it's just okay. No, wait. Yes, user status. What's the usual check? When an account is created, we send a welcome email. We also initialize. Let's call it initialize account. Initialize account. Ever. This was just like 10 seconds, but let's just think that there's like every 10 seconds we have a lot of traffics, and then we just want to initialize these accounts. So just this is just for learning purposes, but usually it's not the case. This is initialize account cron job. Yeah, let's do that. So for here, let's just do this send welcome email subscription. So here, what we need to do is welcome email unique identifier. Okay. So we have cron jobs. Let's just run. Let's just copy this, and then we will not insert, but we will select all. We will select all, and then do a log info result. Okay, log.info initialize account JSON.stringify result. So what we have here is every 10 seconds we just run the initialize account, and what it does is just log all the accounts on our database. So let's see here. Let's see again. Copy. Every must be multiple of 60 seconds. 1M. Yeah, so let's wait, see if we can run this. So every duration string, go that. Okay. Duration unit, nanoseconds, seconds, SM number. Okay. So I think the duration string schedule is string every one. I have here. Yeah, let's wait for a minute, see if it works. Hopefully it should. Let's see. It's not yet. Every really runs around a clock. Oh, so this is we have a cron schedule. Okay. So let's try the cron schedule instead of every. So I'm not very good with cron, but let's create a cron expression generator. So every 5 minutes, no, every every minute. Copy this and then paste it here. So this will run every minute. How about 1, 10? Yeah, so yeah, I think every minute works for now. Let's wait for a minute. Yeah, I think it's not running. Cron job, cron expressions. Yeah, let's wait. So does it need to be initialize something like because it was named differently. Was named something like this. So I think that concept applies. Let me just do a quick cron job initialize account. Cron, so I have cron here. Cron job. Okay, let's see here. Our cron is not running. Did I miss something? So does cron work locally? Cron job every 10 seconds. Let me just run this again. Invalid cron. I'm not sure, but let's read the documentation regarding the cron. Cron tab. No, this is. Let's go back with the everyone. Maybe every 1 minute. Okay, this correct, right? Duration string 10s. Oh yeah, I can have 10s. 10s. Let's try it again, see if it works. So, oh, maybe I need to put this below. The order is important here. Maybe. Let's try it again. Yeah, but initialize account. Shush. How did they do it? Const, export const. Let's just try and see if it works. Hopefully it should. Or maybe local doesn't work with cron jobs, I think. Oh, okay, the Encore will call the API of your choice. Schedule Okay, so we have an API. So we have an API that cron job can use. That's why it's okay to have it here on top. This basically returns initialize account. Yeah, I think it didn't run it. Maybe I missed something, or cron jobs doesn't work locally. But yeah, I think that's it, guys. I think there's still a lot of things here, but I think for this one, I think the important is just understand how Encore works, what they do differently, like how you structure your application. I think it's a really cool product. There's a lot of things you can do. We didn't tackle the cloud environment yet, so we're more on the development side. But when you work on CI/CD, or even more the complex when you're trying to do deployments, I think it's really cool as well. We'll tackle that maybe in the next. But yeah, for now, this is what we're going to just talk about. So let's scope it out here. And thanks for watching. And yeah, hope you learn some things here for me. So yeah, thank you. And that's it. Cheers.